Okay guys, so in algorithm and data structure, right, here will be all the content. Okay, whatever we do, I will just add in this one, right. I'm going to send this link to our chat room. So let's go to the chat. Okay, so the first thing, right, before we solve something, we're just going to solve a couple of problems today, like simple problems, right, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about the uh, time complexity. Okay, basically, yeah, time complexity, right. Space is not that big issue, but time, we need to understand time complexity. So let me open this link, right. So here is a series. Okay, see, data structure is a long topic, right. It's not gonna finish in 1 or 2 days. Okay, so what I'm saying is I have find something, right, related to JavaScript. So in this series, you see, this is like 3 minute, very short video, right. Maybe maximum 10 12. I have not looked at all. Okay, but what I found here is almost everything we need for our work, right. Our work or for our skill, okay, for interview and all that. So everything is here, right, from linked list, let's say, uh, binary search, graph, tree, all these things are here, right. Stack and queue, array, object, all these data structures are here. And these are small video, right. What I will advise you guys to do, right, see, if you try to do all in 1 day 2 days, right, not gonna happen. Okay, you will not remember it, right. On daily basis, 30 minutes. Okay, just do 3 video, right, on daily basis, from today tomorrow, right, whatever, whenever you choose, just go through 3 to if something is very short, 4 video, if possible, right, go through that, try to understand, make a note what you have learned today, right, and do the same thing next week. So if you do the same practice for a month, you're going to complete this, correct. There is total how many, let's see, I think around 80 video, right, but all are small videos. Okay, 80 video. So 30 into 3, how much, 90. You'll be done in a month time. That is one thing you will do, that is your homework, right, for the whole December. Every day, 30 minutes, go through 30 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever time it takes, right, finish that one. That is like a like a regular task, complete, done. Then you move to your normal work, right, apply for a job, uh, do the whatever projects you're working on, practice on that one. Maybe you need to like refresh some topics, in any, right, Next.js, or maybe Tailwind, or maybe anything, what we have learned, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, whatever, right. So you choose particular topic and try to master that one on daily basis. Okay, so you have to manage your time, right. 1 hour daily you can apply for a job, maybe 2 3 hour you're gonna work on the projects, 1 2 hour you're gonna maybe practice, do the revisions on certain things. So you have to, when you manage the time like that, right, and just just follow that pattern for some time, right, for at least for a month 2 month. Okay, and that will make a big difference, I'm telling you, because in our, we as a human being, right, we try to do everything as a one time, but even when we building that issue tracker, see, we have to go piece by piece, right, and how we completed the whole thing, piece by piece, daily basis, little bit, right, and keep moving. So that's the pattern we have to adapt, right. That will help us to succeed, because nothing gonna happen in 1 day 2 days, right. If someone, okay, this week I will do this, right, not gonna work. Okay, I'm telling you, right, I tried that for many years. Okay, 20 years, right, so it's not gonna work. I learned the hard way, I'm telling you guys, right, from my experience. Okay, so that was the thing you're gonna do, right, as a homework. The next thing is, so in these 4 days, right, we will do something, okay, at least little bit of work, right? So let's start for our today question, right? There are few questions I'm going to take, some basic problem, right? Normally these are the questions asked in interview, okay? They will ask you, right? Sometimes from here they're gonna ask. So for now, I was planning to do the 4 5 6 question, but today will be only 4 questions, right? So let's give it 4 questions for now. So the first question is, right, palindrome. What is palindrome? Anyone? What is palindrome number, right?
It's a number that is the same when you reverse it.
Yeah. So the palindrome, right? Basically, palindrome is the number, any number, right? When you read from front or back side, it will be same, right? For example, 1 to 1. So is this palindrome or not, right? So let's say 1 to 1, no matter what you do, right, is same from read from front starting or from the end, right? So this is a palindrome. So if this is a palindrome, you just print true, else, if not, right? So for example, let's say 120, is this palindrome? No, right? So it may just print false. Okay, so that's the palindrome number, right? Here let's say palindrome number, an integer, right, is a palindrome when it reads the same forward and backward. Okay, so how are we going to solve, right? Let's say you have any number, how are we going to solve that? Any number, right? So I mean, we can I will just, so here we have used, right, let's say string to string. We know that one is split, reverse, and join, right? Why? So what we have done here, I will explain this in the browser. Let's go to the browser, right? So I mean, the idea here is, right, to check. There is different way, right? I mean, different techniques you can use to solve the same problem. Okay. So the thing, what I'm going to do right now here, uh, let me clean this up. For example, this 1 to 1, right? If I do to string, let's understand all this function. Okay. What we're going to get, right? Okay, let's do this and see what we get. Oh, no, that is, sorry guys, invalid, because that's the number, right? We cannot make two string. Okay, so first we're gonna convert to the string, right? 1 to 1 dot to string. So to string is a function. Okay, still giving error. Why? Let me see what I have done. Yeah, that is fine, right? So number dot to string, so we're gonna convert the number. Okay, let me write here, right? I think what I'm gonna do, I will just set const and check palindrome, right?
Dev,
Yeah, I think yeah, tell me.
could you please go back to the code? I'm not sure if I saw something like
Yeah, here, right?
in the syntax. Another code where you returned the, what's this?
Okay, in the basically you are saying here, right? This one.
Yeah, when it says x is equivalent to plus x dot to string, what's the plus for?
Yeah, so for example, right, you know this will, let's say if there is a number, this is gonna return, because once you do to string, right, x dot to string means that number is converted to string. Okay, that number, right, that is what I was trying to do there, but it did not take, right? So what I'm saying, right, let's say for example to string. Okay, this plus means plus will convert something to number. Okay, something like this, right? Okay, so let's say plus, and maybe you have 1 2 3, right? String like that. So you
Oh, I see.
you get the number. That is what is done, right? But to string. Okay, so if we have a number, right, 120, this is a number. Okay, so I don't think it will work, right? To string. Oh, I mean, it should work, I don't know why. So when I click here, it giving me uncut syntax, invalid unexpected token. That means this 120 should be converted to basically to what you call that, string. Okay, how? Let me check here, right? Dot, and let's put split now. Up, split, right? And split on no space, and let's see if you get something. So it's still giving some error. Okay, I don't know why in the console, right? But it should work in the browser. Okay, let's, I mean, here in our code, right? So what I will do, I will just solve it. Let's try that. Check palindrome. So you can write arrow function or normal function, right? Let's say you're getting something like number, right? Or maybe any character, anything you're getting. Okay, see, even when you not doing something for a long time, you're gonna forget, right? So if I do const check palindrome, right, I must use the arrow function. Okay, so here is the x, this is our input. Okay, the parameter, right? So this number, how we gonna check, right? I mean, I'm telling you, this is a different even you can let's say let, right? If I say split x, right? X. Okay, so x dot split with no space, right? So what we gonna get? So let's try. Okay, let's see what happened, right? Console dot log split. So because remember, when you apply split to any string, split will work only in string, right? Only in string. But I will, before I add here string, convert to string, right? I want to show you something. Let's see what we get. Okay, so here we're gonna call the function check palindrome, right? But we have to console. Okay, we are console logging here. That is fine. Then we don't need to do anything. So we just do check, right, palindrome. First I will pass some string. Okay, so let's say home, right, like that, and run this code. F5. I'll just run here locally in the node, right, and see what I'm getting back. So see, I get something like this, the array, right? So the job of split is to convert your string into array. You just have to provide the condition, right? In what condition, like, so because there is no space, right? So added the string with no space. Okay, for example, if there is at the rate, right, at the rate, and I will put here split at the rate, that means there will be HOM and then E, right? So let's run this again. See, you have this one string HOM and E, so they converted at the point of at the rate, right? Basically split at the rate. Okay, here. So that is the condition you're going to provide, right? In what situation it will split. Okay, so that is one thing we understand now, right? Now what I will do, I'm gonna just pass the number 1 2 3 1 to 1, right? Let's see and what we get back here. So F5, and it give me error, right? Because this is a number and it will not split the number, right? Split only work on string. So the easy way what we can do is we can convert, right? So to string like that, and then it split. So let's run it again. See, so it just convert to string and then split. So now, right, once we have this, so you provide 1 to 1, okay, so this is splitted. So what you can do with this one, if you sort this out, right, from back, make it to the front, sort it like just opposite, right? Reverse, basically not sort but reverse, right? So there is a function called reverse. We can do the reverse. So for now, what I will do, I'm gonna pass 3 4 like that and see what we get back, right, with this function. Because these are the useful functions, right, built inside the JavaScript, and I'm trying to use that one. Okay, so save and run the code. So you can see now, right, it just reverse 3 4 3 1 2 1, right? See that it just reverse it, and then after reverse you can join back again. Can you join, right, like that? So if you join now, join function does opposite of split. It will join with no space, right? So like that. And let's see what happened again. Run that. So you get something like this. So this will give you the reverse of your whatever x is here, whatever you value you are sending, right? You're getting the opposite of that reverse one. Okay, fine. So we have something, the reverse of our value, right? So how we check if x is palindrome or not? So this is the reverse. So we can call it reverse, right? Reverse value. Okay, like that. Fine, we have that now. So let's do something here. So we just return now, right? You can write in one line. You can write multiple if else like that, or you can do one line, right? So if let's say what we can do now, right? Reverse. Okay, let me see what I've done here. Okay, so if the number, right, we can add like condition also, right? We can add some condition. Maybe sometimes in the interview, right, there will be test case. So in the lead code you can find this question, right? In the lead code there is a question for this. So let's say if x is maybe 0, right? So you don't need to do all these things, we don't need to do all that, right? No need to do that. So here we can say if x is greater than 0, right? If that is true, then only you check x equal to, right, this one. So that is reverse value right here. See, else, right, else false, just return false. Okay, so if x is greater than 0, then you can do this, else just return false. So that should be work, right? But see, this is what we're getting, right, is until now is string. So still we're gonna get here also it will return false. Let's check now, right? So I will just put here 1 to 1 and just run this. Okay, I'm gonna remove this for now. F5. So we're gonna get, oh, here is mistake, right? Let's run this again. Okay, so because this is returning something, we are not console logging, right? So we must console, because this function is giving us some data back, true or false. So we must console log that. Always remember the data to display console log. Either you use it or you console log it, right? Now run this. So we get false. Even this is a palindrome, right? Still we get false. Why? This is still the string. Okay, so let's convert that. If you put the number plus, right, in this, I mean before the string number, if you put plus, that will convert to number. And run this now again, and we get true, right? So that means this is palindrome. But if I pass here 5 6 and run again, so that is false, right? That is not palindrome. So this is one way, right? You can do that. I mean, this whole line you don't have to write here, right? Even you can put it all, you know, what you saw here, all in one line. Okay, so just opposite. I said x is greater than 0, then when that is true, then do this. But here is just opposite, right? So you have to make sure if x is less than 0, sometimes true. So the true means always run this first one, and the false will run here, right? So if x is greater than 0, so this condition become false, so it will run this one. Clear? So that is one way to solve, right? That is one way. Yeah. So that here is the lead code. Okay, if you want, you can go to the lead code, right, and then try there as well. You know, just write code and try to solve there. So you all guys are gonna create a lead code, right? I will show you one time. Okay, what you're gonna do, right? Let me click this and open the link here, right? So when you solve something in lead code, normally this open, right? But what you will do is, let's say you don't know, right, which problem to solve. So you just start with some basic one, simple one, right? And I'm logged in here. Okay, fine. So I will go to the problem, and in the problem, yeah, so here you see all this. Okay, so that was in number 9, right? Palindrome. So when you open that, and you just have to just write here. Okay, so it's, this one, you know, I tested this morning right here, see. So just write the code and then run the test here, and it will first run your test. If there is some error, or accepted, right? So once it is accepted, then you can submit. Okay, and then move to the next one, right? Fine. So that is the lead code. You can practice. Okay, so the problem, the next one, what is the next problem? Let's do one more. So I have added 4 problem here, right? You guys, you can try. Okay, but I will explain it right now. To some, I think we did before also, right? You know, there is array of, I mean, there is an array of number. Okay, let's go step by step. Don't move, jump, right? So the next one is, where is the next one? Here, Fibonacci number. What is a Fibonacci, right? What is Fibonacci number? Anyone?
From what I know, I know it as a sequence where the next number is the sum of the 2 previous numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right. So that is correct. So I will just explain it right now. So let me make the file. So why this is important, right? I mean, why we are talking about all these things? because these things will improve your JavaScript, improve your logic building. Okay, I mean, this is a simple one, right? Very simple one. But in the beginning stage of your interview, sometimes company can ask you, right, to just solve couple of one or two problems just to test your JavaScript skill, right? And the how you approach your problems, how you solve something, things like, because same problem you can solve in different way, right? There is different solutions for same problems. Why we have different solution? Because sometimes you can solve it in the long way with adding so many calculations, right? So when you have so many calculations, for example, calculations means the statement like for loop, in creating variables, again calculating something there, again doing something else. These are a lot of calculation, right? So when you have a lot of calculations means what? Takes a lot of energy. Energy means electricity, the power, right, to run the processor. So for small data it's okay, but when you have millions of data, right, it makes big difference. Okay, even 4 5 seconds of difference is a big difference in computer calculation, right? So that's why the code should be optimized. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk about the time complexity, right? What is time complexity and how you're going to figure out? I mean, there is no like the rules, right, any formula to figure out, because the time taken by this processor, right, to calculate depends on your machine. If you have somebody has very old machine, it takes a lot of time, but somebody has high processing power, it will be done quickly, right? But still the number of processing, the number of calculation depends on your code. Okay, if you have written the code and that will take 1 million time to calculate something, right, it does not matter which computer you run, still it's gonna run that many time. It just happens quick and slow, right? Depends on the processor speed, but the time, the number of cycle will be the same always, because that is what the code says to do, right? Run this code maybe millions time or whatever. Okay, okay guys, I think I have a problem right now, right? Just give me a second. Okay, I have to take one call, but I need to pause this. Where I gonna pause here? Pause. Okay, on pause, it's recording now. Fine. Okay, so what we're talking about here, right? Fibonacci series. So in Fibonacci, exactly what happened, right? You have always the initial value 0 and 1. Okay, start from there, right? It will be there. Okay, the next value should be the sum of these two, like 1, right? Next will be the sum of last two always. Okay, so that is 2. So next will be 3, right? Next will be 5. Next will be 8, right? See how it getting now 5 and 8. So that's how Fibonacci series work, right? Okay, I'll close that. So if you look at here, this is called Fibonacci series, or whatever, Fibonacci series, right? So just adding the last two, so there will be given number, right? 0 and 1. So how we going to calculate, right? Or if they will ask you, can you write a function to create the Fibonacci series? That means you have to store all this data, right, somewhere, and that will be how we store the data in the array, right? Array. That is one thing. The next one, how we gonna add these two now? So we have first two number we have to add and store somewhere, right? So the best way is, if you look at here, right, we create the variable. Okay, let's go step by step. Let's see here. So we just do the function, right? Const fib, something like that is fine. Okay, so const let's call it array, right? So that will be 0, start from 0 and 1 always. That's the given number, okay? You must consider that one, right? So that what is the next step now? So the question here is, right, you must basically maybe the the in the interview they will give you the number, right? Like find the Fibonacci series or number for 3 or something like that. Okay, so let's read the question here. I mean it's Fibonacci number, right? So for example, if the given number is 3, what will be the output, right? 2. How? So look at it, 0 1 2. So look at 0 is the first number, right, in the Fibonacci series. 2 0 1 2 and 3. So in the 3 the Fibonacci number will be 2, so output will be 2. If I give you 5, right, so 0 1 2 3 4 5, that's the 5. So what is the Fibonacci number of 6? Then 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, that will be 8. The output will be 8. Okay, so we will write this function and then try with different number, right? Okay, so that kind of question normally they ask in interview. So okay, so we have a number, this is the formula, okay, this is the formula, right? And we try to understand this, okay, what exactly that means, right? So let's go here. We have an array, we're going to store the next number after this, right? We're going to push here. So the first step what we're gonna do, right, we can, basically there will be a number, given number, because we have to run up to this number, right? So array dot push, right? What we're gonna push here now, because I want to store something inside here now. 0 plus 1, like 0 plus 1, I want to store 1 here, right? That is the point, that is all right. So how I gonna get the last 2 number? How I gonna get, right? So array square bracket, right? Because I want this array value, I want to read, so if you look at the formula here, look at first I want to, we're gonna write this loop, right? But first let's do this one. I just want to show you what is exactly happening, right? So the index, right? Let's say the index, okay, so the first thing, right, how I can explain this, let me see. Just imagine this is what index 0, right? So that will be the 0 and plus array again, right, 1. Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, this is what we're gonna do, right? But for that we have to do the loop, because remember we have to go up to the n number, right? So for that we're gonna do the loop. So let I equal to, we have 0 and 1 already, so we don't start the loop again from 1. We're going to start from 2. Yeah, and as long as I is less than n, right? Less than equal to, let's see, less than equal to, right? Yeah, less than equal to n, because we have to counter that value equal to, also equal to 3 whatever, right there. So every time we're gonna increase by I plus 1. Okay, now, right, once we have done that, and see, this will go here inside, but the only thing it will change now, in place of index, what we're gonna do, I minus 2 and I minus 1, right? I minus 1. Is that okay? So that's the formula here, right? N minus 1 and n minus 2, you can do that, or I minus 1 plus I minus 2, or you can just put it in the 1 2, or opposite way, it does not matter, right? But it's okay. So let's make it same like that, 1 and 2, right? So let's try to understand now. Look at here, array, that's array, this is the array. I is what? Right now I is 2, right? Because we're starting from the 2. Okay, so 2 minus 1, that will give me 1. Clear? So index 1 have right now 1. So you get that one, right? You have that value 1 plus 2 minus 2 will be 0. Here will be 0, right? So 0 has 0. So 1 plus 0 will be 1, right? And that 1 will be pushed to the array here. Now this become I plus plus, this become 3, right? 3 is less than 3, equal to, right? Not less but equal to 3. Yes, it will go inside here. So again you have the formula here, what? I minus 1 and I minus 2, right? So let's understand now. So I minus 1, so 3 minus 1 is 2. So 0 1 2, so index 2 has 1, right? Because you're gonna get index 2 here, that means this will be 1 plus, and here will be 3 minus 2 1, right? So that is this one, index 1, right? So that is 1, again 1 here, here is 1, and again 1 here. So what you will get? So 1 plus 1, that will be 2. So that 2 will be pushed here. But let's say if this n is 4, right? So now you have 4 here. Okay, for example, if n is 4, right, then I minus 1 and I minus 2, right? 2. So the 4 minus let's say 4 minus 1, that is 3. So 0 1 2 3, that is 2, the last one. So you get 2 here, and 4 minus 2, right, that is 2. So 0 1 2, that is this one. Index 2 is what? 1, right? The value is 1. So 2 plus 1 3, so 3 will be pushed here. Clear? So that's how it works. Okay, so now I will delete all this, and here will be starting from 2, because I just show you the calculation, right, how the loop works. Okay, that is what. So once it's done, right, just return array square bracket n. So for example 3, right, 3. So 0 1 so 0 1 let me see, array n, right? So we can have 1 for 3. How much will be, right? So let's see, 0, I mean here will be 1, right, and here will be 2, correct? For 3 it will be up to here, 0 1 2 3, right? So when you have 3 here, array 3, so 0 1 2 3, so you're gonna get that value as an answer. So that's how it will work. Clear? Okay, so now we have done this. Let's just pass the n and console.log, call the function Fibonacci, right, FIB maybe, and pass whatever. Let's pass 3 for example, right, and run the code. Okay, so we get 2, right? If I pass 8 here, what I will get now? So F5 again, 21, right? 21. So if you look at this one here, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, you have 21. So that's how you find the Fibonacci number, right? in given integer. You have a given integer and you find the Fibonacci number in that position. Okay, so you can use that one, or there is the recursive also, right? Recursive function. So I don't know if you have learned, who has learned recursive function before? Any one of you?
Did it once before in the degree, but since then I haven't done anything involving it.
Okay, so you know the video I provided, right there, I think there is an explanation about recursive also, but see simply how it works. I will just give quick explanation. Okay, in the recursive, right, for example, you have written the function. Okay, function, let's say this function, right, fib equal to function, and but look at here inside, you are calling the function again and again and again, means it will call itself inside this expression, right? So that is called recursive function. So I will copy this and then we're gonna talk about there. Let's go back here so that, for example, right, let's R, okay, recursive, let's call it R, right, because I don't want to give the same name. Okay, first let's do one thing. We're gonna console log, let's look at the answer, right, and then we're gonna break it down. Okay, fib R, and we pass 3 again and test, right, if we're getting the right answer or not. Okay, so when you console log this function with passing the value 3, it, because this function is, you know, the way it is written to calculate calculate the Fibonacci number, right? So we must get something here. For example, let's pass 8, right, and we know 21. 8 will give us 21, and run the code. So see, second one 21 also, right, we get 21. We getting 1 from here. I will change. Okay, let's change 6. Run again, and 6 is 8, but our 8 is giving 21, correct? So this is doing the job, right? And this is handled in the recursive way, right? Recursive, right? Recursive function. Let's call it recursive function. Okay, so maybe thinking how this work, what is exactly happening, right? So I will break it down and try to explain. For example, when you call this function here, right, first time you pass the 8. Okay, so this 8 is here, 8, it will check 8 is less than or equal to 1, because if it is less than equal to 1, then we don't need to do anything. We don't need to count, right? I mean 0 and 1 is there, right? We don't need to do anything. So if this is less than 1, just return the number. That is the number, right? Return that. That's it. If 0 or 1 there is, right, no need to do anything. Just return, finish, no need to calculate. But if number is greater than, you know, 1, it's like 2, 3, 4, whatever, right, then it will jump here. So it's calling itself now, right? You just call this function again here, and it's in the recursive function. You can, I mean, it's okay, right? That is, I mean, that is nothing wrong. Okay, see how it will work now. So for example, n is what right now, because I'm going to use 3 only, okay, because it will be easy to explain. 3 here minus 1, so you get 2, right? 2, and 3 minus 1, right, you get 1. Oh, sorry, 1. Now look at this function. This function is not done yet. Okay, this function again, right, this function is called here again. So next time when you call this function again, what happened? The n is 2 right now, and here n is 1. So let's tackle this, right? N is 2. So n is 2, so 2 is less than equal to 1. That is, I mean, false, right? So it will jump here, and remember the formula before, it will do the same thing now, right? I mean, I changed the value here, but you know, it was what, n minus 1 and n minus 2, right? But this is the variable, it will be there again, okay? So now before was 3, so now is 2, right? N is 2. 2 minus 1, it will become 1, and 2 minus 2 will be 0, right? 0. I mean, sorry, I don't need to worry about this one, because 1 is already 1. There was 1, right? So equal to 1. So this function will not execute, because this condition, right? Done. For this function, it is done. But for here, it will run, okay? It will run again, right? Because we had 2. So for 2, 2 minus, what was that? 1, right? You get 1. So 2 minus 1, it will get 1, right? 1. Let's see. So there will be, I think, let's see. So you have the first time will be, oh, I need to, let me check here, right? I know I write that. So when you have 2 will be 0, right? 1 will get 0, 1 will be 1, right? That is, final one is 1. The second one was 2, and that will be the answer, right? You're gonna get that answer as 2, okay? There was a better way, right, to explain. Let me see how I can do that. You know how it work, right? I think I need to write down piece by piece, break it down piece by piece, okay? So let's go first, n minus 2 and n minus 1 here. So first, in the first phase, this will become 1, so let's not worry about that. So here we're gonna have the first time, right? We're gonna have 1 on the first time, okay? So that is the first value, correct? And here the first time we have what? Fab 2, okay? 2, right? Fine. So it will run again. It will run, because as long as this number is, you know, greater than 1, this function will run again. So now n becomes, exactly, n becomes 2. So 2, 2 minus 1, 2 minus, because these things apply again, okay? The whole process repeat again, right? For I mean, this is the remember, this is the whole formula, right? It will every time you call the function, this whole thing repeats again for that new call, right? So 2 minus 1 will be 1 here. Okay, we get 1, right? That is 1. So 1 will be done, right? But 2 minus 2 will be 0 here. 0, right? So what we get? 1 again. So finally will be 1 here. And the final answer will be 1 plus 1. 2, right? I mean, just think like this, right? Recursive function. If you find some kind of YouTube video, right, and maybe there is some diagram how recursive work, okay? Maybe, I think I saw one before, right? Just look at that, and that will be maybe that will explain, right? But calling itself, the function call itself, right, to solve the problem until it meets this condition, because when the number, right, final number becomes less than equal to 1, then that will stop. But as long as this number is greater than this condition, this function will be always keep calling itself, right, until get there. Okay, and whatever the value, remaining value, right, will be keep just added, and that will be our result. So because here we are not creating any series, this function will just go to the in, right, and give us that Fibonacci number for whatever integer we supplied. Okay, here. So this is the formula. This is the formula, right? Even in the our array, same thing. For to getting the index, the last two index, and also in the recursive way, we do the same thing. So this little confusing to understand, but trust me, just remember there is something called recursive function, and if they will ask you, can you solve the or can you find the Fibonacci number of this, right, 3 or 6 or 8 using recursive function, then always remember that formula, right, n-2 n-1, and call the same function and add it together. That is one line, but you must provide this condition here. Okay guys, so that is all here. So now what we're gonna do, let's say the next one is there. Yeah, so the next question is check for anagram. So what is anagram now, right? Anagram. There is something called anagram, right? So anagram is a word or phrase, right, formed by rearranging the letter of a different word or phrase using all the original letter exactly once, right? Exactly once. So like let's say this one, right, anagram. This word anagram, because I mean the name is also given same, right? If this is anagram and you have nagaram, right, nagaram, I mean look at here, if you check, right, all this character exist here also. I mean order does not matter, right, but as long as the character, same character from here is here, then that is called anagram word, right, or phrase or whatever, it does not matter, but must be in same manner, right? Okay, so sorry, so that is anagram. So that is true. I mean this too is anagram, that's why you have true. Rat and car, right, they are different. rat, rat, and there is a r, but c and t not matching, so that is false. They are not anagram. So how are we going to solve this? Same thing, right? The simple way will be first you split this, then you have sort function, right, like make it same, split and sort it array, right? For example, if I take this one, right, let's go to the console. Maybe okay, let's do it here, no need to go console, not JS, right, no more, not TypeScript for now. So const, let's call it anagram, right? So what we're gonna get, maybe two different string, right? So let's call it st, right? You're gonna receive two string. How? So when you console log here, right, you call this function, and this function is going to take two string. For example, let s equal to anagram, and let, I mean, you can just pass here, right? Does not matter. You don't have to, put in the variable and all that. You just put it here, anagram, comma, and what is the other one? This one, right? Sorry, this. So S will be this, and T will be this, right? Two argument we are passing, or two data, or two value. Okay, and this is a parameter variable, right? Fine. So now if I go here, right, and I say const, no need to do const, right, because S is already there. Let's use the same thing, S dot split. First I need to split, okay, to use that function, sorting function, right, in no space, and dot sort, like that. So it will be sorted now, right? Same thing with the T also. So S dot split and dot sort, right? Sort, like that, and see what we get now, right? Because we have to check if they are same or not, right, in both way. So let's console log, console, I mean, we are already console logging, so this function will give us something, right? So what we're gonna do is, okay, for now I will take this out, and let's console log inside, right here, S, and also console log T, okay, because I want to see what happened, right, after doing all this calculation. So let's run this code. Yes. Okay, what is the issue now? Anagram, we just call this function anagram. S split is not a function. Why? So S dot split, right? This, okay, sort. Why is it giving error? This is the very string. This is a string. We pass that one. Let me run, save, and okay. So why is giving error? Right? Let me check here. That is okay. Okay, so here, right, I think, I don't know, but still, this will, both should run. F5, yeah, I don't know why it was, because I put S here. That was for T, right? Okay, so now look at, oh yeah, because it was S, I was using S here. Oh my god, S is already converted to array, and you cannot split array, and I was splitting to array. That's why, that was the issue. Now you check here, because this one and this one arranged in the same order, right? Correct. I mean, everything is same. What we can do is we can join now, right? Let's just join it. You can join the array, okay, with no space, just to make it simple. Done. Now, right, now if we check again, see, look at that, they are same. So we can easily return now, right? Return s equal to t. If they are same, and that is strictly checked, right? All the characters and the length, they will check true or false. So if that is anagram, it will give you true. If not, it will give you false. So let's run this. And when you return the value, either we console log here or we must console log this return value. So now whatever is returning back, that will be replaced here in the console log. So that will be true and false. Got it, true, right? So if I add something here and now again run this, and we get false. See, good to go. So that's how you solve it, right? I mean, that's how you check the anagram. Okay. Hope that is fine. Okay, so there is another way you can try this one. Okay, you guys try, right? I will leave it object. Okay, how it will work, right? Remember, you have there is another way you can solve this. If you have two string, right? When you have two string, you can create two objects, and each string you're gonna store it as a key and the index, for example. So in this, what is the benefit of using this way, right? We will check if they are not of same length, then that for 100% sure that is not anagram. So we can, we just quickly solve it, right? That means if they are not same length, then that is not anagram. So we don't have to do all this calculation. That is one way to check, because when we writing a software, right, or any code, okay, edge cases, like you have to check for every possibility of finding the problem, right? Just to make things little bit more fast. Because if you just tackle here, right, if they are not same length, finish. No need to do all this now. The calculation, our time save for a lot of problems. Let's say you have to check thousands of anagram, right? Millions. In that one, maybe 500,000 is different length, or 500,000 is different length. See how much time we save just using this one. Done, right? Finish. No need to calculate. But next step is, let's say they are same length, but still they cannot be anagram. So for that one, we have to do this now. So what we will do, because before, when we get here, right, we know they are same length. So the object will be same length, right? Just take one of them, like S right here, and because they are same length, so loop through that string, and create the object. Like A is here, so A is in index 0, comma, right, N index 1, like that for object 1, and same thing for object 2 also, right? You're taking from T or S, whatever is the your input, and creating that. But what we're doing now, right, the thing is, let's say sometimes you find maybe something is already there, then you're going to add that value, right? Maybe N is twice, correct? So in that case, you just increase the value here, because in object you cannot make same property twice. You cannot do that, right? They are unique. So you just increase N value, whatever in that index, plus 1, right? So this is shortcut way, because remember, we have learned in object how you're gonna add the string and increase the value. So here we're checking, right? First time it will be 0, right? First time it will be, there will be nothing, so you know, starting index will be 0, not 0, right? I mean, sorry, we're not adding this what do you call that, index here. We are adding the count, right? Count 1, count 2, maybe count 3, right? My mistake. Okay, the 0 will be not there, right? It's just counting the character. Okay, so first time, if this object, this a is first time, then you're just adding 1. If you find again, you're going to add 1 to that value. So if there is 1 already, you're just adding 1 more, right? So that will be 2. But anyway, same thing happened to this one, right? And later what gonna happen, you know, once you finish adding the creating the object, you just loop through one of the object and check, right, the key in the loop. Now, you know, each key you take and check with the second key, right? If they do not match, because the now keys will be matching, a here, whatever, right? Because you know, you have one unique key in the object, you don't have any more different key anymore. So if this key is same, right, object key, that will give you the value. So if this one and this one is same, right, then it will be true. But we check first, we check everything, right? If you find any different key of value, then it will return false. Once it finishes checking everything and there is no difference, then you return the true and done. So that means that is anagram. Okay, so that's the one other way. So just try this. If you have doubt, let me know, right? But this is all object, we did a lot of practice before, you know, so remember that. You should be easily understand this. Yeah, and the to sum is easy, right? To sum is basically to for loop, you know. Then there is the array and the target, right? Like for example, let's say this is the array, that is num, and target. So you loop and check, right? This number plus this is equal to target, or this plus this is equal to target, or this plus this, you know. So because we have to check this number 2 with each of other one, so for that reason we add the double for loop here, right? So the first one start with 0 index, but the second loop start from the second one, I plus 1, right? 0 plus 1, so it will take this number. So now the outer loop run 1 times, the inner loop will go all the way. Next time outer loop will be 7, the inner loop will be here. Next time will be this, inner loop will be remaining, right? So for each cycle of outer loop, inner loop will go all this, you know, the complete, it completes the cycle. And there we check, right, compare with our ij index value with the target. If that is true, then we just return the index of both, right, I and j. In what index you find the match, that index you have to return it. So that is the one way. The other way is also by creating object and all, right? So just give a try. Okay, just solve this problem. It's easy to understand, not that difficult. The only problem is you have to do it couple of times to remember it. Okay, so yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna talk about the little bit of time complexity and then solve a couple of more, right? And next one was for you guys to make a habit of going through each, just take 3-4 video on daily basis, 30 minutes. If you do it for a month, you'll finish all that, right? So here you're gonna find a lot of, I believe, I have not looked at, but I just quickly go through, right? Because I want to see if there is search, binary search, sorting algorithms, all that, right? Merge sort. So there are some more problems you will encounter in the, and map is there, set is there, queue is there, linked list is there, let's see what else, hash tree, binary search is there, graph is also there. See, it talks, it's not in the details, right? Because see, the video length is very small, okay, but at least it will give you some idea about all that, right? So yeah, so just complete this, and then once you finish this one, right, then you're gonna find the problem in lead code about graph or tree or maybe normal problems in JavaScript and solve that. One or two problems daily you can solve. Okay, that is like a daily task for 30 minutes, right? Don't stress too much, okay? But if you solve daily, it will help in the future, right? Because you know it's not like we done, right? Until you find a job and until you getting comfortable with everything with your job, right, you must practice. Okay guys, so we have to do that. Even for me, right, I told you, I'm taking the advanced course now, right, in December. So because I want to bring some standard, right, in the next batch, some kind of like the way of teaching also, like maybe my teaching is not I know maybe I spend too much time, right, something maybe that is not that important. So I have to change, just arrange something, right, to make more value to our class. Okay guys, that is all for today.